Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not surrendering. I am not giving up before a ball is being kicked. I know so many people out there that's already discounting us for this particular match. Nah, I'm not about that. I know how daunting this task is, but I want to go into this match fully believing that we can get something. And I hope that's exactly how the players are thinking. And I hope that's exactly how Pochettino is thinking as well. Let's go!
All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
Welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. This is your Chelsea versus Manchester City match preview. Huge, massive game for us. The magnitude, the emotions, the everything surrounding this particular match, it is amplified to a different level. Look, I fully get it. I understand why a lot of the Chelsea fans are quite pessimistic about this particular match that's coming up against Manchester City. We are facing a monster. We are facing a team that is not probably, they are the best team in the world. Forget about Europe. They're the best team in the world at this current state. They've won everything, they're winning everything, and they don't seem like they're stopping one bit. They've got strengths everywhere. I don't think they have too much weaknesses, to be honest. But having said all of that, on a given day, any given day, anything can happen. Anything can happen. We have to have a 10 out of 10 game, and we have to hope that Manchester City probably has a 5 or a 6 out of 10 game. Anything above 7 from them, they're probably going to beat us. So the margin of error is probably zero, not even minimal. I don't think we have any margin of error for this particular match. Every single player has to be on the ball, focused for 90 plus minutes, however minutes we play in injury time. There cannot be a single lapse of concentration. Us fans can have a lapse of concentration. Maybe we can go out and get a drink of water, or maybe we can quickly go to the toilet if we're watching from home, or even in the stadium, right? But these players cannot have a single moment of lapse of concentration. Every player. Most specifically, I'm looking at Axel Desassi, who tends to have a bit of a lapse of concentration here and there. I hope he's fully focused. Robert Sanchez is another one. He's going to be pressurized. You best believe the Manchester City attackers will rush and force him to make an unforced error. Whoever's on the left side, there's a lot of conversation that needs to be had. Who starts? Who starts up front as a striker? Who's going to be on the left side? Is it going to be Levi Colwill or Cucurella? I think if it's Levi Colwill, boy, you better be ready. I don't think Levi Colwill is cut out to be a left back as yet. I don't know, maybe down the track he could pick up those traits. He's young, but right now he's definitely not good enough, whether it's going forward or defending on that left flank. Yes, he's got good ball playing ability, unbelievable ball playing ability. He can find those crosses, but the way he defends from that left side, it's not good enough. The way he backtracked from Kulusevski's shot last week, and we've seen that in a few times earlier this season where his defending has not been on point. So is it going to be Cucurella? And even with Cucurella, I think we need to be wary as well. He needs to make sure there is no chaotic moment. Rushing off the line, getting done by the pass, and then before you know, whoever is on the right flank for Manchester City has got a lot of space to work with. Whoever's in the defensive, the two centre backs, what will be the combination? That's the question that's getting floated around. Is it going to be Thiago Silva? Is it going to be, Buddy Shield? Is it going to be Desassi? What will be the combination? Whoever it is, you better be on the ball, on the money. Set pieces. No set pieces. Whatever the case is, you better be careful about the movement. Julian Alvarez is one to look out for. More than Haaland, I think Julian Alvarez is the one to look out for. Haaland actually hasn't done really that well against us. Don't think he's even scored against us yet. I think our defenders are good enough to manage Haaland. Of course, we have to watch his movement. Of course, we have to watch the level of passes that's probably going to get inside our box. If Julian Alvarez starts, we have to look out for him. For me, he's more of a Aguero-esque type of a player that can hurt us with his movement, with his dribbling, with his pace, his nimbleness. In midfield, we have to lock it down. Manchester City, you best believe, even though it's at Stamford Bridge, they never play a mid or low block. They're always high line. They will try and box us in our half. Their midfielders, most likely, their talisman, Rodri will start. They'll probably have Bernardo Silva there. They'll probably have Foden, whoever else. We need to be able to destroy all their plans. We have to be on the ball. Gallagher cannot just be simply running around. You've got to be able to win the balls consistently. Enzo Fernandez. In recent times, I've backed him so much, and I still do. I think he's a phenomenal midfielder for us. But last few games, I've not enjoyed the way he's played. Especially the one against Spurs. I don't think he was that good. Maybe that injury, that tackle from Romero had something to do with that. But Enzo Fernandez has to have a big game. Huge game from deep. You know he's going to be probably somewhere in our final third. And he's going to have to spread passes from deep and find the targets. You have to. Caicedo, who's been very good in recent times, to be honest. So I hope he continues that. And of course, up front, whatever little chances we get, we must put away. This match, ladies and gentlemen, it's a huge match, huge opportunity for this project. This P word that we don't want to talk about, project, process, patience, all of these P words that gives us a sour taste every time we talk about them. But this is the match. If there was ever a match that you want to get 3 points and make the rest of the world, make the fan base believe in all of these P words, project, process, patience, this is it. Get a victory here, and honestly, the project will kick off. The trajectory will be exponential. It's a huge match. We cannot have this defeatist mentality as a fan base, as the players. As soon as you believe you got no chance against Manchester City, you best believe you got no chance against Manchester City. Our lads have to come out thinking they can do something. I mean, for instance, look at Bournemouth tonight against Newcastle. I didn't think Bournemouth was going to be able to do that. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys didn't think Bournemouth was capable of getting a victory at home to Newcastle. I know a lot of people will say Newcastle had some injuries. Regardless, have a look at the Newcastle starting lineup. Besides probably Bruno Guimaraes, Tonali is suspended obviously due to gambling stuff. They still had a decent team that can take care of Bournemouth. And they were incapable of doing that. Crazy stuffs have happened. Manchester City, not that long ago, lost to Wolves. By the way, shout out to Wolves, man. What a comeback victory against Spurs. Spurs back-to-back losses. I love it. I love it. Big up to Big Ange. But crazy stuff has happened. Manchester City this season have been beaten by Wolves. They've been beaten by Newcastle in the Carabao Cup. They've been beaten by Arsenal at the Emirates. They can have an off day. We have to create that situation. We have to create that situation. We must believe. We must believe. It's most likely going to be a counter-attacking game for us, which may work out nicely for Conor Gallagher, who, if you guys remember, when he was at Crystal Palace, scored that magnificent counter-attacking goal against them. I know this is a daunting task against Manchester City. I fully understand it. But we must go in with a belief that we can get something. Look, I'm not delusional. I know getting a win is so far-fetched. It is. But we must try. At most, let's try and get a draw. let's try and limit the damage as much as we can until the players like Nkunku and so on and so forth come back from injuries. We must limit the damage so that when they come back after the international break, most likely Nkunku could possibly be in the bench against Newcastle after the international break. We must ensure we give them some sort of a platform to take us forward. Got to limit the damage. As long as we don't lose. And look, if we do lose, please make it respectable. We must put the efforts. We cannot just simply fall down, open our legs, and allow Man City to repeatedly. No, we cannot. No, we cannot. This is important. Let's get into the predicted lineup. I'm not going to do my lineup. I'm actually going to do a predicted lineup. I think predicted lineup is probably going to be similar to what I'm going to go with anyway. So that's why I'm opting with the predicted lineup. Goalkeeping position, pretty straightforward. Sanchez is going to be the goalkeeper. There's no chance for Petrovic here. And I hope Sanchez is on his game. I really hope Sanchez is on his game. No crazy moments from Sanchez. Please, I beg you. I absolutely beg you. Honestly, I think it's going to be Cucurella. I think it's going to be Cucurella because, I don't know if I can trust Levi Colwill in the left back position. You never know. It could still possibly be Levi Colwill, Thiago Silva, Desasi. Do you know what? Maybe it's still going to be Levi Colwill. I just get the feeling Pochettino is going to be using Levi Colwill. Because I can't see how Levi Colwill doesn't start this match. And if he is playing in the centre-back, I still picture Axel Desasi starting as well, along with Thiago Silva. I can't see how Thiago Silva is not starting. So in the middle, Thiago Silva. Partnering him, I think it's going to be Desasi. I know there's words for Buddy Shield, but I think this game might be a bit too intense for him. He has just come back from injury, so let him ease in. Reece James, 100%. This matchup, I don't know whether it's going to be Doku, whether it's going to be Grealish. I get the feeling it might be Doku. Doku didn't play in midweek in the Champions League that much. So you'd think it's going to be Doku, but you never know. Whoever it is. But if it is definitely Doku, then Reece James, you better be on your game, brother. You better be on your game because this Doku, brother, man, he's something else. He is something else. His pace, his dribbling sense is immense. In midfield, I want something like this to happen. Caicedo, the deepest midfielder. Enzo Fernandez next to him, deep as well. Spreading the ball out from deep. That's what I want to see from Enzo Fernandez. And supporting the attack whenever he can. Gallagher. Big responsibility on Gallagher in that midfield, man. Making sure he's covering a lot of ground, which I know he does. Making sure he's intercepting. Making sure he's winning the duels. Very important against Manchester City midfielders. Very, very important. On the left side, Raheem Sterling. This is a huge game. Up against Manchester City. I'm pretty sure these ex-Manchester City players, Raheem Sterling and Cole Palmer, who's going to be on the left side for me, they will not want to lose this game against Manchester City. Cole Palmer is a huge player for us in this game. Huge player. From a creative sense, from a goal-scoring stance, every stance. Footballing IQ stance, everything. I'm expecting big things from both Cole Palmer and Raheem Sterling in this match. They're not going to get that many opportunities, and when they do, they got to finish. Especially Raheem Sterling. I'm looking out for your final third delivery, mate. It's been shocking at times, and I'm backing you. I've been backing you, and I'm still backing you. You're the most experienced player, Raheem Sterling, for us up front, and we've got a lot of expectations. I know Pochettino definitely values him. And up front, look, it's going to be very difficult to drop Nicholas Jackson. I know from a tactical point of view, we could possibly think about Palmer playing up top, Mudryk on the left, Sterling on the right. That is a possibility. I can't see it happening. I don't mind seeing it happening. I can't see it happening though, because Jackson just scored a hat trick against Spurs, albeit tap-in goals, but still a hat trick nonetheless. But it's going to be interesting exactly what role Mauricio Pochettino gives Jackson. What is his role? Is he going to try and drag one of their defenders out wide, opening up space for Sterling and Palmer through the middle? Is he going to try and occupy two defenders, allowing Palmer and Sterling to attack the half spaces? Is Jackson going to drop into midfield as somewhat of a false nine player and crowding that midfield and allowing us to win that midfield battle? We shall see exactly what he does. Whatever it is, Jackson has to perform at the utmost level possible. It's paramount, absolutely paramount, up against some of their defenders. It's not going to be easy. They're all world-class players in Manchester City. Kovacic returns back at Stamford Bridge. I don't know whether he's going to start, but let's not make it a good time for him. So this is the lineup for me, ladies and gentlemen. My score prediction is, do you know what? I fully believe we can do something. I fully believe we can do something. Call me delusional. I don't care. I fully believe we can do something. 1-0 victory. 1-0 victory, Chelsea. I know it's going to be hard to get a clean sheet, but 1-0 victory. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts in the comments. What do you think about the lineup? What would your lineup be? What's your score prediction? Am I delusional? Let me know. Let me know how you feeling moving into this match. I'm feeling somewhat optimistic that we can do something. We can do something. I shall see you guys for the watch along. Until then, everyone, smash the like button. Subscribe if you're here for the first time. And see ya.